All right, we're doing Health Nibble number 73, and we were doing the 7 benefits of fasting, and so we're combining these. Number 6 and 7 are upregulation of good genes and downregulation of bad genes. And so I'm doing the whole got the phone in the tree thing again. I have a yard full of split maples, so it kind of works out when I'm out doing yard work. But anyway, so what does that mean? So basically, I talked about all these different mechanisms of autophagy, stem cell production, downregulating gene expression, decreasing inflammation in the cell, and decreasing inflammation in the cell changes the gene expression. So just so you know, we've had we talk about these hunter-gatherer genes. We have these really old genes. Well, where do all these diseases come from? It's from epigenetics, and epigenetics in large part are determined by, epigenetics is determined in large part by your environment. So, we have these genes, we have good genes and bad genes, and what gets turned on is based on the environment. So what we want to do is change the environment, and fasting drastically changes that environment. So, what it does is, so when you have, let's say a gene for like rheumatoid arthritis turned on, my grandma had that. And when I first started in chiropractic school, I started practicing, she came into my office and I took some routine x-rays, and her lungs are completely white. So, she goes on to get that checked out. She had pulmonary fibrosis. Pulmonary fibrosis was caused from the drug that she was on for rheumatoid arthritis, and she ultimately died from that pulmonary fibrosis. So, I'm sure the drug helped her, feel a little more comfortable. But if you're really looking at root cause medicine, so really going after the source, that's what we're doing here, and fasting does that. So, I feel like, how you choose to deal with your health and disease is completely up to you. But how I choose to do it and how I try to direct my patients is root cause. So get the genes to turn off. And so fasting is one of those strategies. So that's one of the huge benefits, is down regulating disease gene expression through epigenetics. The other thing that it does, so number 7, is it upregulates longevity genes. So they've showed that in humans, they've showed it in mice. Actually, there was an experiment with mice where they gave them 5 times the amount of chemotherapy. So enough that would equal, they're trying to kill the mice, enough that would, the equivalent to they would try and kill the human. So, it's an animal model. In one group, they had fasting. And of all the groups that they did, the only group that survived that chemotherapy was the group that fasted. So it really turns on these genes for longevity, which I think most people would like to live long, healthy, right? High quality of life for a long time. I know that when we have people write down their goals in our workshops, that's the common thread. Most people want to be healthy, be able to enjoy their later years with their kids and grandkids and great grandkids, and not be like on a bunch of meds and fighting disease. So fasting is one of the keys to that, to upregulating those longevity genes and downregulating the disease genes. So that's your health nibble for today.